Hello viewers, it's Cynthia Michael from Scree Reviews bringing you a new podcast from my channel called The Black Lightning Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breathe so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. If you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, that means you go to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this and everything else out the way, let's get into so basically, let's get into the latest episode of Black Lightning. So basically, I'm just going to talk about the details of what happened in this episode. So basically, the episode starts off with Jefferson having a bad dream that Tobias was in his house eating, at his kitchen table eating dinner, and Jefferson and him got into a fight, but his powers didn't work against Tobias because, Tobias had made some genetic upgrades to himself, so basically Jefferson's actual powers didn't work against Tobias in the dream, just like in real life, because Tobias had made some genetic upgrades to his body to make him just towards Jefferson's lightning power. So anyway, Tobias was kicking his ass. So basically in the dream, Tobias was kicking his ass on the dinner table and whatnot, and Tobias after Tobias defeated Jefferson in his dream, he was like, what, Negro, you need to get yourself together, and you need to man up and get yourself together. So basically, once Jefferson woke up from the dream, he went to his therapist and told him about what happened in the dream. So anyway, Meanwhile, somewhere else, Lada had a new operation, being cage fighting, so illegal cage fighting, so on the internet and shit like that. So basically, Lada was setting up a new operation dealing with illegal cage fighting. But Lada was happy that this operation will make us a lot of money, and plus won't give us any trouble with the police. So basically, Lala's right-hand man set this whole thing up. So basically, Lala was happy that that his new business, illegal business venture was up and running, but at the same time, Lala was to go take care of the business of the shooter who tried to kill Lynn, who also killed the boy at Jefferson's student. So basically, Lala was not happy that one of his men was the reason why Blackbird had to come between him and Destiny, the underboss of Lady East Cartel gang, to about that boy who got shot in the shootout in the previous episode. So basically, Lala had thought. So basically, Lada had a conversation with the dude who accidentally shot the boy of one of Jefferson's teachers. So basically he killed him. He killed him for killing an innocent child. So basically, Lada, you could say one thing about Lada, but he's old school. So he's very old school. So basically, he goes by that OG. He goes by that old gangster code, Siberian, no kid should be, should be killed and whatnot. So basically, he killed his man who accidentally shot the boy who's living in the car with Jefferson's teacher who was homeless and whatnot. So anyway, turns out the shooter who shot the shot on one of Jefferson's students, Leonard, was also was also participating in Lala's new cage fight business. So basically, it turns out that Leonard, whose son got shot in the previous episode in that gang shootout, was participating in Lala's cage fighting venture because his family, because he lost his kids, because he was homeless during the whole after that the whole invasion of Mark Collier and shit like that. So basically, Leonard was case because he needed money to get a place to live at and get his kids back from child welfare's office and whatnot. So basically, Lynn was running some tests. So basically, Lynn was using her superpowers to give her Jennifer's powers to see that if Jennifer's powers has some side effects. So basically, Lynn was using her superpowers and temporarily gave herself Jennifer's powers to run some tests because she worried that Jennifer's powers, it might have some side effects to him. But Jefferson was not happy about this. So basically, Jefferson saw that Lynn was running tests on herself with Jennifer's power. So basically, Jefferson was like, Jefferson was not happy about this. So basically, like Lynn was like, I will stop using my superpower serum if you become Black Lightning again and look out to your kids. But Jefferson was not trying to hear this. Was not trying to hear what Lynn was telling him. So basically, they got into an argument once again over Jefferson becoming Black Lightning again. So basically later that night, the girls, so Lynn and the girls were watching the news. It turned out there was some fake news story about lightning being menacing and whatnot. So basically, they were on this bad edited news story about lightning doing damage during that whole game shootout that he stopped. So basically, Jennifer was not happy about this, and she decided to do something about this. And find the person who gave that news lady the fillets of her so basically, Jennifer was on the quest to find the person who has the full footage of her saving those people, stopping those gangsters and saving the people from being killed during that shootout in the previous episode. So basically, Jennifer was set on the quest, and it turns out that TC is at Jefferson, it's going to Garfield High School. Turns out TC, the black boy with techno powers, is also going to school at Garfield High. So anyway. So with the help of TC, Jennifer was able to track down the person who had the full footage of her saving, those people and stopping the shootout. So basically, it gave to TC. So anyway, Jefferson, so basically, at the school, Jefferson knows that Leonard loses, and so basically, noticed that, so Leonard with all the bruises from his cage fighting, and Jefferson was asking him, like, whoa, how you got all these bruises? So basically, Leonard was lying that, he said, I got me a body bouncing job. So basically, for to being a bodyguard at this nightclub and whatnot. So basically, Jefferson thought Leonard was lying. So basically, later that night, Leonard Leonard, so basically Jefferson followed Leonard to Lala's, cage fight arena, and and Jefferson got in, and so Leonard was getting his ass kicked by this big muscle dude. So basically, Lala was telling Jefferson, hey, your man, don't worry about your man, so I'll make sure that he won't get killed, and there's no killing in this cage match. So basically, it's just a straight up cage match. If you fall, you fall. So anyway, Lana was Jefferson, either you gonna fight, the only way you can stay is you fight. If you won't fight, then get out. So basically, after he was gonna get beat by this big muscle white dude, Jefferson said, I'm next. So basically, Jefferson went into the cage fight, and beat beat the white dude who beat the shit out of Leonard. So basically, Jefferson won the cage fight, and Lana being a man of his word, paid Jefferson the money towards the fight. So basically, Jefferson won the fight, and got the money from Lala from the fight. So basically, Lala being a man of his word. So anyway, Jefferson took to his father's house and said that you can stay here, long as you want, you can live here at my father's house, and here I will help you to get your kids back. So basically Jefferson was I'm gonna help you. You can stay here at my father's house, and I will help you get your kids back. So basically Leonard was happy that Jefferson helps him with his homeless situation by letting Leonard rent his father's house. So anyway, Jefferson felt so good to help someone while they're being Black Lightning. That's when he realized that he's been sort of an asshole towards Lynn and everybody. He realized that he could do more to help people without being Black Lightning. So basically, he went to go see Gammy at his new bunker, and Gammy managed to get one of those new metahuman weapons from his girlfriend's company. It turns out these shits are. It turns out these new weapons that Gammy's girlfriend's company are making are super deadly against metahumans and people, but they do have stun setting. So basically, TC and Gammy will try out these new metahuman weapons on Jefferson's old suit, and they puncture a hole and make a big ass hole in Jefferson's old Black Lightning suit. So basically, it's these new weapons won't be able. So basically, that means that Thunder, Lightning, its suits won't be able to stand against these new metahuman weapons that Gammy's ex-girlfriend is making. So basically, Jefferson saw the result and told Gammy that I'm done being Black Lightning. So basically, I'm done being fat like that, and gave him his suit, gave him the suit that that exec agent Odell gave him. So basically, he gave me his suit, and told Gammy that I'm done being Black Lightning. I can do much more things as Jefferson Pierce that I can do as Black Lightning. So anyway, meanwhile, somewhere else at Tobias's crib, Tobias had the mayor over, Mayor Black. That's his name, Mayor Black. So basically, Tobias was trying to convince the mayor to turn Garfield High School into a state. So basically, Tobias started the Mayor Black over to his crib. So basically, Tobias was trying to get the mayor to turn Garfield High School into a state hospital. But the mayor, not being an idiot, he knows that Tobias is who he knows who Tobias is. But the only reason why the mayor Black is dealing with Tobias because he helped rebuild God. He will be sorry. So basically, the only reason why Mayor Black is dealing with Tobias in the first place because he helped rebuild Cleveland after the whole Mark Gordon invasion and whatnot. So basically, Mayor Black said, "I went to Garfield High School, so Miko, you crazy. I know what you capable of." So basically, but no bribe. I don't care if you threaten me or try to bribe me, but I'm not gonna help you tear down Garfield High School. So basically, the mayor walked away to Tobias and told Tobias that I'm helping you tear down Garfield High School. So anyway, turns out that Grace woke up from the coma. So basically, Grace finally woke up from the coma, and the Mister is happy that Grace finally woke up from the coma, and then decided to get married all over again and shit like that. So basically, Grace finally woke up from the coma, and Mister and Grace got remarried after she woke up from the coma again. Woke up from the coma and shit like that. So anyway, so basically Jennifer, but the whole meanwhile, Kiki helped Jennifer her own social media account for her Lightning superhero ego, and so the real footage of her sending those people from the shootout and stopping the shootout and sending people and whatnot. But seems like Jennifer Powers. Seems like every time that Jennifer goes into the stratosphere to gather energy, to withdraw energy from the stratosphere, it starts to have an effect on her body. So basically, Jennifer's powers is starting to have a effect on her body now. So basically, Jennifer's powers is starting to have an effect every time she goes into the stratosphere. There's energy, it's kind of her power is making her body unstable, but she's keeping that secret from everybody. So anyway, Lynn went to the psychiatrist and to bend her feelings about Jefferson and this girl don't need her help anymore. And Lynn, and the psychiatrist said that you need to be yourself. So basically, the psychiatrist gave Lynn some advice that you need to be yourself. Just be yourself. Your family will still need you. So basically, let them come to you when they need help. So basically, the psychiatrist lady gave Lynn some good advice. So anyway, later that day, Lynn got some flowers from Jefferson to meet her at a restaurant, at a fancy restaurant. When she got there, turns out the flowers was not from Jefferson; it was from Tobias. So basically, Tobias was trying to get Lynn was having a conversation with Lynn over dinner, but Lynn was not trying to hear that bullshit, and she was about to leave. But Tobias threatened to expose Jefferson, and his girls about their superhero activities, and Lynn had no choice but to stay for dinner with Tobias and listen to what he got to say. So basically, Tobias is talking about Alice, we're talking about so basically, Tobias is talking about funding, AOS, funding a cure for AOS, people who had MS and whatnot. So basically, who had MS disease and whatnot. So basically, Tobias was offering Lynn, to fund Lynn's lab, and and for the next decade to find a cure for MS disease. So basically, to cure the MS disease, people that disability disease that people get, MS, I think it was MS disease or was it LS disease. So the ones that people get that makes them bodies, aren't capable to move and shit like that. So anyway, so basically, Lynn was kind of charmed at Tobias's offer to find a cure to a cure for a disability from a disability disease. So basically, Lynn was kind of charmed at Tobias, want to so basically, Lynn was kind of charmed at Tobias' offer to fund her research to cure a disability disease, and and she was like, what, I like to hear, maybe I'll think about it. So basically, and Tobias, if you want, you can leave, or we can have dinner. So basically, Lynn was like, you know what? I'm going to take your word for. So basically, Lynn was like, you know what? I'll stay to eat dinner with you. So basically, when Jefferson got to the house, he saw the card saying that saw the card with the flowers that Tobias asked Lynn to dinner that he thought that Jamie said about. So basically, he thought that Jamie was just the flowers to Lynn about the fancy restaurant. When he went to the restaurant and saw Lynn having dinner with Tobias, he was pissed off and laughed. And this how the episode ended with Jefferson showing up at the restaurant, seeing Lynn having dinner with Tobias, and this how the episode ended with Jefferson. With Jefferson heartbroken, seeing the enemy that killed his father, having dinner with the wife, the love of his life, and mother of his children, having dinner with each other. And this how the episode ended with Jefferson leaving the restaurant, heartbroken that that Lynn is having dinner with Tobias, and this how the episode ended. So basically, this is just the major details for this episode. Just the major plot points for this episode. So anyway, what do you guys think about this episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Or was it just okay? Please let me know in the comments below this podcast. So anyway, like always, it's Cynthia Michael from Screw You. Sign off. 1.